take romance, take comedy, put them in a school setting, and now you take all that, crumble it up, and throw it away, because that's exactly what this anime has done. Hello, I'm Dylan, and welcome to another anime review. I haven't been doing these a lot because I haven't had anime that have been not worth reviewing, but I haven't had the energy to review some anime. But this one is different, and this one, as you can tell from the title, it is my teen romantic comedy, SNFU, or SNAFU, or whatever you want to call that part. And whenever I found out about a third season coming, it kind of prompted me to start actually watching it. And it was always so highly put up, but of course I have been watching so many of these kind of anime for a while that I thought it would just be like a regular kind of rom-com anime, but I was completely wrong. Anyway, before I do any of my opinions first, besides at the beginning, let me tell you what it is about. After being turned down by his unrequited crush, Hachiman Hikigaya is determined to live out the rest of his high school life single and socially tuned out to avoid the folly of youth. But Hachiman's resolve is lacking compared to his guidance counselor, a woman determined to change the boy's ways. So much to his dismay, Hachiman is soon forced to reach out to those around him by joining a club dedicated to serving others. Alongside the cold but beautiful club president, Yukino, eager Yui, and other new friends, Hachiman will try to stomach his new volunteer work and survive his ultimate fear, being involved in a typical high school romantic comedy. Now, as you can tell from that description, this kind of anime, it takes that rom-com and kind of just throws it out the window, which I was very happy to see, because it ends up being like more of the same kind of cliches and stuff that you tend to see a lot. And with this anime, it was a lot different for me, and I was actually engaged with it. In fact, let me make a slight comparison here. Even though the anime that I'm comparing it to is a newer one, I'm comparing it to Bunny Girl Senpai because it has the same kind of feel, minus the supernatural effects. The supernatural stuff. Take that out of the equation, and it's almost, I won't say the same, but I would say similar in the aspect of, some of the voice acting for the main protagonist is very, very similar, kind of somewhat monotone, and that actually adds to the effect of that is trying to make fun of the whole rom-com kind of aspect of some of these anime. And yes, it is slowly turning to an actual rom-com based off of the second season. But I don't know, I just like the main character's thoughts whenever he's thinking of these things. Like something, and there's not even any there's 99% of the time there's not really any sexual or anything like that, or perverse moments. There's nothing really like that, which is kind of a good thing because I've been watching a lot of that lately. A good breath of fresh air for me. He kind of, if something like those perverse moments almost happen, So like a girl getting too close and her boob touches his arm. His thoughts go to, if I was a normal guy, I'd be like blushing like crazy. I'd be freaking out, but he doesn't. And that's kind of what I like about this main character, is because he's kind of like an anti-protagonist, where the people in the club room want to resolve these issues that are brought to them, while what he wants is to keep everything how it was, how keep it normal, keep it how it used to be. And that kind of causes some emotional problems for some of the other characters in the show. And so it's kind of also finding out that he needs to tone down of how he does things, even though they can be like a correct way of doing things in it for him to keep everything the same. And there are moments that there's obviously some kind of like sort of somewhat rom-com moments that are like put in there between him and the club and that club president, like little bickering back and forth, because he doesn't normally talk to it. He never really talked to other people before. He just kind of observed them. That's all he ever did. At least in high school. At least in this high school. And when he got into high school. From what I heard, because later on you found out that he was a chunibyo in middle school, like most people. Well, not most people, like your average kind of people, but he's also not afraid to admit that he was a chunibyo, and that he just left it all behind him. Although he does have a friend that is still like that. Overall, I just really, really enjoyed this. If you want to like break out of that whole, like the perverse moments that happen in like a lot of like rom-com kind of anime, I'd recommend checking out My Teen Romantic Comedy SNAFU, SNAFU, however you want to freaking call it. But so yeah, my overall, what I would rate this anime overall out of 10, I guess I'd give it a 9 out of 10, because it actually kept me invested a lot more than other anime. And I'm really excited for this new season to come out, whenever it does come out. Anyway, if you enjoyed this review and want to see and want to go see some more of my videos, want to go check them out, subscribe for some more content. And I hope to see you in my next week's video. Bye bye.